Timely, credible, and reliable news on your shining supreme station. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Looking for a reliable, up-to-date source of credible news at all time? Your shining supreme station is the answer. Stay tuned for the news on the hour by 1 p.m. every day on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Shining supreme.
This is Diamond FM 88.7, setting the pace, leading the way. Radio like no other, bringing you the best in music, the best in entertainment. Diamond FM, simply the best anywhere. Diamond FM, simply the best, 88.7.
Diamond FM, radio made for you. Diamond FM, radio made for you. 88.7 FM.
Anywhere you did, Ilorin City, we dey your side. Oh.
From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is News on the Hour.
In the headlines, Dangote refinery raises petrol price by 75 naira. ADC urges Chief Justice of Nigeria to fast-track ruling on leadership crisis. Ex-Kwara lawmaker Bukola admits Otoge used propaganda against Saraki in the 2019 polls. Gunmen kill pastor, abduct worshippers in Ekiti church attack. On the foreign scene, Germany arrests suspected Russian spy in Berlin. In sports news, Super Falcons to learn Olympic qualifiers' fate on Wednesday. Good afternoon and thank you for staying with us in Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is the news on the hour. I am Bisola Oduwole Sulieman. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
See, wait, he's from our tribe and we have the same religion, so we have to protect our own. Our tribe isn't corrupt. I beg you, leave them now, our Peking.
Wait, stop and think. Do you realize that the impact of corruption and careless decisions by that clansman or family member of yours doesn't know tribalism or nepotism? Let's hold everyone accountable for a better society and country. If you see something, say something to the right authorities.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Welcome back from that break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on YouTube at Diamond FM Ilorin. Now the news in detail. Dangote refinery has increased the ex-depot price of petrol by 75 naira, raising it from 1,200 naira to 1,275 naira per litre. The adjustment was announced on Wednesday, with coastal prices also rising to 1,215 naira per litre. The latest hike comes amid rising global oil prices, with Brent crude trading around $115 per barrel, while West Texas Intermediate climbed to about $103 per barrel. The National Orientation Agency, NOAA, has reiterated its commitment to strengthening Nigeria's global image through value reorientation and identity projection. Director General Larry Nilu made this known during a lecture delivered on his behalf by David Akoje at a 3-day induction for Ambassador Designate in Abuja. The session held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Nigeria focused on the National Identity Project and National Values Charter, equipping envoys with key insights ahead of their foreign postings. The engagement highlighted the importance of embedding Nigeria's core values within its diplomatic cause to strengthen the country's image globally. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has written to the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekereekun, seeking urgent delivery of judgment on its lingering leadership crisis. The party warned that failure of the Supreme Court of Nigeria to rule within days could jeopardize its chances of participating in the 2027 general elections. In a letter dated April 28, the Senator David Mark-led faction drew attention to the timetable released by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), stressing that delays could lead to exclusion from the electoral process. The party insisted its participations in the poll hinges on a timely ruling by the Apex Court. Still in the news, the Federal High Court in Abuja has restrained the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from recognizing or participating in any state congresses organized by the committees appointed by the caretaker leadership of the African Democratic Congress (ADC). Delivering judgment, Justice Joyce Abdulmalik ruled that the authority to conduct state congresses lies with the party's state executive committees, not the national leadership. The court also affirmed that the tenure of the party's state working committees remains valid pending properly constituted congresses and a national convention. The court further held that the caretaker National Working Committee, led by David Mark, lacks constitutional backing to appoint committees for state congresses. The ruling followed a suit filed by the party stakeholders challenging the legality of the caretaker arrangement. The Ohora of Shao Oba Job Obalo Ilufemiloye Anyanwola IV has congratulated the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Bimbola Akeem Owade, on his first anniversary on the throne, describing the milestone as a celebration of excellence, achievement and a promising future for the Yoruba nation. In a statement by the Shao Awanga Community Development Association, the monarch said the ascension of the Alaafin marked a historic moment for the Oyo Kingdom, noting that his reign has reinforced the pride, unity, and cultural strength associated with the Yoruba people. He further praised the monarch's recent visit to Shawa, Wanga, and Jeba in Moro local government area as a unifying development, while also commending Abdurrahman Abdurrazak for providing a conducive environment and a warm reception, describing the visit as a step towards deepening ties between the communities and Oyo. Meanwhile, former member of the Kwara State House of Assembly, Honorable Saheed Popola, has admitted that he and other members of the Otuge political movement used propaganda against former Senate President Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki during the 2019 general elections in Kwara State. Popola made the statement on Tuesday while featuring on Diamond FM's Yoruba political program, Ebawadasi. According to him, Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak allegedly directed him to use the offer robbery incident against Saraki during the 2019 campaign period. He said those involved in the Otoge movement relied on allegations without evidence to achieve their political objective. And lastly, on the local scene, suspected gunmen stormed an open-air church crusade in Edaunio, Ileje Meje local government area of Ekiti State, killing a pastor and abducting several worshippers. The attackers reportedly invaded the crusade ground on Tuesday evening, opening fires on congregants before shooting the pastor and whisking away victims, including women, children and elderly persons, into a nearby forest. Eyewitnesses said the armed men operated for several minutes without resistance before fleeing the scene. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hours reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We take a short break. When we return, we'll bring you foreign and sports news. In foreign news, Germany arrests suspected Russian spy in Berlin. We'll bring you that story and many others after the break. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond887FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome back from that break. You're still tuned in and listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. On foreign scene, German authorities have arrested a Kazakh national in Berlin on suspicion of spying for Russia, according to the German Federal Prosecutor's Office. The suspect, identified only as Sergei K., was detained after allegedly maintaining contact with the Russian intelligence service since May last year. Prosecutors said the suspect provided information on Germany military assistance to Ukraine, including details of companies developing drones and robotic systems. He also reportedly sent photographs of NATO convoys and public buildings within Berlin. Authorities further alleged that the suspect offered to recruit additional agents in Germany, although it remains unclear if any were successfully enlisted. Still in foreign news, Lebanon's Prime Minister Nawaf Salam has accused Israel of committing a heinous crime following deadly airstrikes in southern Lebanon that killed 5 people, including 3 civil defense workers. The attack occurred in the town of Majdal Zun, where emergency responders were targeted while carrying out rescue operations. According to Lebanon's health ministry, 2 successive strikes hit the same building, with the second attack killing rescue workers who had arrived to assist victims of the initial blast. Salam described the incident as a violation of international humanitarian law, accusing Israel of deliberately targeting personnel engaged in humanitarian duties. And that's it on the foreign scene. Moving into the world of sports, Nigeria's Super Falcons will discover their route to the 2028 Olympic Games when the Confederation of African Football conducts the draw for the women's qualifiers in Cairo on Wednesday. The draw, scheduled for 1 p.m. at CAF headquarters, will officially kick off Africa's qualification campaign for the 2028 Summer Olympics and will be streamed live on CAF's YouTube channel. A total of 35 national teams have entered the race, highlighting intense competition across the continent, with countries including Nigeria, South Africa, Morocco and Ghana among the contenders. Still in sports news, head coach of the Tigress, Rina Wakama, has expressed confidence in the team's long-term progress despite their 88-79 loss to Minnesota Lynx in Kansas City. The defeat marked Nigeria's second on the United States tour following an earlier setback against Los Angeles Sparks. Wakama, who is currently on WNBA duties in Chicago Sky, was absent from the bench, with assistant coach Wani Mugunzuzi leading the side. Reacting on social media, she maintained optimism about the team's trajectory, declaring the future is bright after what many viewed as an improved performance. And that's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the news on the hour for today. But before we go, here is a recap of the major highlights. Dangote Refinery raises petrol price by 75 naira. ADC urges Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, to fast-track ruling on leadership crisis. Ex-Kwara lawmaker Popola admits Otoge used propaganda against Saraki in 2019 polls. Gunmen kill pastor, abduct worshippers in Ekiti church attack. On the foreign scene, Germany arrests suspected Russian spy in Berlin. And in sport news, Super Falcons to learn Olympics qualifiers' fates on Wednesday. And those are the major headlines that's brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day in 1897, physicist J.J. Thomson announced the discovery of electron, revolutionizing atomic structure? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 091 606 27526. 091 606 27526. Join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world for a comprehensive bulletin. The news on the hour was edited by Oduwole. I am Bisola Oduwole Sulieman. Thank you for listening to your shining Supreme station. Do stay tuned for the news in Yoruba coming up shortly. Good afternoon.